Shalom Uvracha friends, what a privilege to be able to spend this week learning with you, delving into Parshas Balak together. It's an honor and I appreciate all of you joining on this journey. What a privilege. And so in Rishon of Parshas Balak, the pasuk tells us, Vayagar Moav mipnei ha'am. Moav was frightened before the nation. Ma'oid, very frightened, ki ravhu, because the nation is tremendous, is great. Vayakatz Moav mipnei bnei Yisrael. And Moav was disgusted by the Jewish nation. Nebuch. They were disgusted by Bnei Yisrael. Says the Berditchev Rav, the Kedushas Levi, why does the pasuk sort of differentiate in terms of the terminology that it uses to refer to Bnei Yisrael? In the beginning of the pasuk, it's the Am, it's just the nation, and then at the end of the pasuk, it's referred to as Bnei Yisrael. Why the shift in terminology? Says the Berditchev, the Zohar HaKadosh teaches that whenever the word Am is used in reference to the Jewish nation, when it's not Am Yisrael, it's just Am, it's a reference to the Erev Rav, to the massive multitude of nations that were added on to the Bnei Yisrael as Am Yisrael were marching toward Har Sinai. All of that mixed multitude is referred to as the Am, as the nation. They're a part of Bnei Yisrael. They were Gerim that were added on to the Jewish nation, but it's not Bnei Yisrael proper. Says the Berditchever, why was Moav so afraid of the Jewish nation? Was the Jewish nation bigger than Moav was? Doesn't seem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Loi mirubchem chashak Hashem b'chem. It's not that because Bnei Yisrael, the Jewish nation, is so big that Hashem, desired us. Rather, ki atam ma'at mikol ha'amim. Am Yisrael is very small in comparative terms on a physical, quantitative level. What were they scared of? Vayagar Moav mipnei ha'am. Says the Berditchever, it must mean that Moav was afraid that if the Bnei Yisrael would come too close, then just like the Am, the Erev Rav, had become added onto the Bnei Yisrael because they were drawn after them, and they were included and encompassed within the Bnei Yisrael as Gerim, as converts. So this is why they were afraid of the Bnei Yisrael. Vayogar Moav mipnei ha'am. Not that they were afraid of the Bnei Yisrael, they were afraid of the attractive power that the Jewish faith holds over other nations. And they knew that if the Bnei Yisrael would come close enough, the honesty and the truth and the nobility and the dignity and the sweetness and the beauty of the Jewish nation would attract all their people away. And what were they so afraid of? Why would that have been the biggest deal in the world? Let them all go ahead and just become Jews, become converts. Says the Berditchever, that's why the pasuk continues, Vayakatz Moav mipnei bnei Yisrael, because Moav were disgusted by the Jewish nation. And so on some level, they were worried that the sway, the attraction would be so great that they would just have to become Jews. But on the other hand, they, from, I guess, the side of the body, from the physical aspect, not the deep spiritual aspect that wants to get close to Hashem, which is latent within all of humanity, but on a Gashmi level, they were disgusted by the Bnei Yisrael. They hated Am Yisrael, and so they did not want to be put into the precarious situation of possibly being drawn after the Bnei Yisrael, much like the Erev Rav were. And that's the explanation of the pasuk. Vayagar Moav mipnei ha'am. They were worried that Am Yisrael would turn them into converts, just like they had with the Am, with the Erev Rav. Vayakatz Moav mipnei bnei Yisrael. And the problem with that would have been that they would have had to go ahead and join the nation that, at least on an overt level, they felt disdain toward. See you tomorrow. Looking forward.